Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Saturday. It is the 3rd of December 2022. Going to look the stakes races on the program from Sandown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. One of my favorite races of the jump season, probably of the whole, in general, on the whole horse racing calendar all across the world, is the Tingle Creek Chase. It's always a good race. You never have a really large field side, but the horses it carries every year, it's always that exciting race, and it's a good one for the Queen Mother kind of prep race. So we're gonna look at the Tingle Creek, and we're also gonna look at the fourth race, the 145. So the fourth and sixth. Let's get to it. The fourth race, the 145, which is the Grade 1 Henry VIII Novices Chase. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $108,000 purse. Race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. 4 horses are going 3,100 meters or a mile 15/16 over the chase course. I'm going to take the 3-horse John Bond as a top selection. We'll go 3-1-4 in your tri-cast trifecta. 3-1-4 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection 3-horse John Bond. For your 6-year-old gelding by Walk in the Park, John McManus owns this one. Nicky Henderson trains. Aiden Coleman gets the mount. His seasonal reappearance was a success at Warwick on the 16th of November. 2 miles in a Class 3 novice chase, winning by 7 lengths that day. He was often on the lead all throughout. He jumped a quick race. He quickened up nicely. 40 cents a dollar. He won over the chases. Coming here today, not the world's toughest horses, back to Sandown. I think he could really run a good race. Two back, you had a bit of a rambunctious horse at Aintree that came on the 8th of April, 2 miles and a 16th in the Grade 1 top novices hurdle. He won by a neck, but he was very rambunctious and very nervous before the race. He was with them early on, had a few mistakes early on. He got the job done, but I don't think he was 100% fresh, and I don't think he was 100% concentrated on the run, but he still got the success there. And then before that, on the 15th of March at Cheltenham, 2 miles in the Grade 1 Supreme Novices Hurdle, he lost to Constitution Hill that day. He finished second by 22 lengths there, and he was with them early on, and then he had a few mistakes which gave Constitution Hill the jump on him. He ran his heart out, but he just got beat by a better gelding that day. And then the 22nd of January was the prior race at Haydock, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Rosington Novices Hurdle, winning by 3 lengths there. He really, won quite nicely. Very easy run there. And then before that, in the Howden Kennel Gate Novices Hurdle at Ascot right before Christmas last year over the 2 miles, winning by 2 3/4 lengths that day. That was probably his best race. That day, because they weren't really traveling at a decent eclipse, but he really closed up well and took off late. A very, very good run. Coming here today shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to take him. If there's a small upset, it could be the 1-horse Boot Hill, but he would really have to run a good race. If you're going to play the place pot and the quad pot, he's a single there for me, most likely, John Bond. So to recap my selection for the 145, the 4th race from Sandown, Grade 1 Henry VIII Novices Chase. Let's take the 3-horse John Bond. Let's go 3-1-4, tri-cast trifecta. We'll single the 3 in your place pod and your quad pod. So let's get to the featured 6th race, the 255. It is the Grade 1 Tingle Creek Chase. It's a Grade 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $236,500. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 6 horses are going 3,100 meters again, or 1 mile 15/16 over the chase course, so just less than 2 miles. I'm going to take the 2-horse Edwardstone as top selection. Let's go 265 in the tri-cast trifecta. 265 tri-cast trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Edwardstone. 8-year-old gelding by Cave Tower. Alan King trains. Tom Cannon gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 9th of April at Aintree. 2 miles in the Grade 1 Mog Hill Novices Chase, and he finished second by 4.5 lengths behind Gentleman de May, who had the jump on this horse. He just kind of stalked. He closed up well, but then that final fence probably lost it for him. I don't think he was going to win, but it lost him better, making it very interesting late. But, he just couldn't stay fluently. I'll give him a break after a very tough spring campaign. Maybe he just saw a tired horse. Refreshing to Sandown, not the world's toughest race. Course and distance winner. I'm going to give him another shot here today. 2 back at Cheltenham on the 15th of March, 2 miles in the Grade 1 Arkle Challenge Trophy. Guess what? He's a Cheltenham Festival winner. He won by 4.5 lengths that day, and he stalked, had a few mistakes that day, got interfered with, but he took the challenge away, quickened up nicely, and he got the job done. A very good run in for him. That's what won it there for him. And then prior to that, the 12th of February at Warwick, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Kingmaker Novices Chase, winning by 4.5 lengths that day. Again, he basically won it with the run, and he took off clear. Very good run there back from Boxing Day, or day after Boxing Day at Kempton, 2 miles in the Grade 2 Wayward Lad Novices Chase. He won by 10 lengths, and again, really, had a few mistakes that day, but it didn't cost him because he was facing very lesser quality horses. And then this fixture last year in the Henry VIII, winning by 10 that day, or excuse me, winning by 16, not 10, 16 lengths. He really just took off clear. Coming here today, I'm going to give him a shot that he could beat Shishkin. I do think Shishkin is your second likeliest winner also. 8-year-old gelding here. Nicky Henderson trains. Nika de Boinville gets the nut. The race at Cheltenham was very disappointing back at the festival, where he just had quite a few mistakes and he pulled up out of it. You had your fingers crossed. You're biting your fingernails at the end, making sure he was okay, but everything was fine afterwards. Refreshing here today, back to coming to Sandown. He could definitely win here. If he runs the Clarence House, where he had a horrible jump late, but he still got the job done. If he could run that race, he could definitely win here. And if he runs the Desert Orchid, he wins this race by 24 lengths. But his form was slightly decreasing with that Clarence House victory. But coming here today, I'm gonna give him a shot also. But will he show up like the old like the old Shishkin? Like I said, that last race, was very weird, and his form did go a little backwards. I thought at Ascot, still got the victory, but that backwards form. I'm gonna take a shot with Edward Stone. I think he's on the up and up and really could run a good race. But I'll use Shishkin in the place pot and the quad pot to end it off. But to recap my selection for the 255, the 6th race from Sandown, it's the Grade 1 Tingle Creek Chase. Let's take the 2-horse Edward Stone. Give kudos to the 6-horse Shishkin. 265 Tri-Cash Trifecta. 26 in your place pot and your quad pod. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.